Awesome. So I'm curious, you said you did the Trust Your Gut program and you started feeling better. You originally came in for symptoms of neuropathy. We know you had diabetes or I think you had diabetes. Now,
Yes, sir.
your doctor took you off metformin. What other medications are you currently on?
I'm on quite a few, but I've also been taking off 2 blood pressure medicines. I'm
Wow.
off of my amlodipine and my losartan.
Wow. So have you done anything different in the last 2 or 3 months, or just the Trust Your Gut program?
Just the Trust Your Gut.
Man, that's an amazing, kudos to you. That really, I mean, we know the program works, but the reality is you have to work it, right? You have to do the thing. So
Yep.
how did you do, or how have you been doing with returning foods back into your system?
I have returned a few. We're on vacation this week, so I'm not going to tell you I haven't cheated a little bit, but not really a lot. We still are following the diet. Pat and I are here on vacation together, and so we're still following it pretty much to the T.
Good, good.
Haven't had desserts when I go out, and really haven't wanted them. Just trying to stick to the diet. I did eat breakfast the other morning. I ate an omelet, and I'm going to tell you the omelet. I usually love an omelet, but it really wasn't that good. Now, whether it's because I just have lost the taste for it, I don't know, but it really wasn't. I really wasn't that good.
It wasn't all that. It wasn't as good as your memory thought it was. And
No,
I did PYG with my staff at the beginning of this year, and the same thing happened. I don't remember if it was coffee or what it was. There's probably several things where I'm like, oh, I just can't wait for the cheese, or I can't wait for the coffee, or whatever it was. And I had it. I'm like, yeah, dang it. The idea of eating it was much better than actually eating it. It was kind of a letdown, actually.
Right. Now, I have enjoyed my cup of coffee. I will say that. But the omelet, it wasn't that good.
Okay. Well, I wanted to go forward and ask about the neuropathy symptoms. I was looking at notes from Dr. Cynthia, and it said you're not even interested, or you don't want us to check those feet and see how they're actually functioning.
Well, I kind of was just going to go ahead and keep going with what I'm doing. I do want to order some more of the protein and keep up with the protein shakes at breakfast. She said I could do that. That's through the website, or how do I do that?
Yeah, we can help you out with that. So order the protein.
Still want to follow the diet and try to take off some more weight. And yeah,
good.
Because I feel a lot better.
Excellent. I'm going to shift a screen. It'll still be the same for us. But back then, you see my eyes are over here, because I remember there were things that I have in the notes here: neuropathy, diabetes. So do you happen to know what your score, like your A1C, is these days?
I don't think he has taken it since he took me off the medicine. It should be coming up. I think I'll go back to him in December.
Okay.
But I mean, if I were to ask him, he probably would do one quicker, but I don't know whether the insurance pay for it, but that doesn't really matter. But I'm sure I'll go back to him in December for diabetes checkup.
The insurance is only going to allow A1C checkups to be done every 3 months, unless there's a significant change in the patient's clinical history, like she gets in a car accident, gets ill, COVID, or changes her diet.
Okay. Well,
So
I could ask him to do that.
I would say that would be helpful. I would say it would be helpful to have the data, but not critical, because you got a doc who's willing to take you off meds. Did he or she run a simple blood test just to see what your blood sugars were, or have you been telling him what your blood sugars were?
Well, I've been taking them, and I've been telling him. What happened was I went, I was out all summer for off of work. Well, not out all summer, but we didn't have kids and stuff in the building, so I'm a principal. So we went to our first principal's meeting in July, and I was sitting in the meeting, and I got to feeling bad. And of course, they had breakfast that morning for us, but it was more pastries and that kind of thing. So I didn't eat any of that. And my sister, she said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know, but I don't feel good. So I sat there and I broke out in sweat, and I thought for sure I was going to pass out. So I sat there long enough to where I thought I could get up and get to the bathroom. So I got up and left, and she came in, checked on me. She said, are you okay? I said, yeah, I think I am. I'll be back in a minute. Well, then I saw one of the nurses that works for our county, and I went out and she checked my blood pressure. She didn't have a sugar kit with her. My blood pressure was also way down. She said, I bet your blood pressure and your blood sugar have dropped. Yeah. So I went to the doctor the next day, and that's what he said: come off the amlodipine and come off the metformin, And then about 2 weeks later, I had another kind of spell like that, but not as bad. And he took me off losartan. So
I'm on the edge of my seat. What have your blood sugars been, particularly your fasting blood sugars?
in the 90s, no more higher than like 108.
Wow, that is considered normal. So welcome to normalcy, but I don't actually consider it normal and non-diabetic until you're off all your diabetes medications. So is that the case? Are you off all, were you just on metformin, or were there other ones like Trulicity or something else?
No, I was just on metformin.
And what are your numbers? What was your fasting today, yesterday? What are your average fasting blood sugars?
Around 100, around 100, 90, 98, 105, something like that.
The cutoff that we have, and you probably know that, is 100. If you're 99, really, like we like 70 to 99, that's considered normal. 100 to 119 pre-diabetes, 120 and over is diabetes. So you're right on the border of pre-diabetes normal and non-medicated, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of that? That's a huge wow.
I never thought that would happen. I never thought it would happen. I'm amazed by that. I have an uncle that's diabetic, and he was visiting not long ago. And he said, "You are what you eat, Paula." And I said, "Well, I have learned that you are what you eat," because he watches his strictly, because he's a severe diabetic.
That's amazing, not unheard of. We do see, I'm just going to put a guess. We probably see one out of 10 get all the way to reversing their diabetes. So you're 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 15. So congratulations. Those people who do it are incredible. You have to be incredibly focused. You really can't let even a crouton get in. I mean, you can't have just a soda here or there or whatever. It is hard work. So, I mean, really kudos to you, because that just that to me tells me you don't just luck your way into reversing, diabetes or peripheral neuropathy. You work at it.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Tell me about your neuropathy symptoms, because you had that. You also had fibromyalgia. So I want to know about neuropathy, and then let's talk about fibromyalgia.
My feet aren't bothering me as much as they were. The main problem I have with my feet is when I sit down to relax at night, then they want to feel like they want to cramp a little bit, but I'll stretch them and that kind of thing and rest, and then they feel better. The fibromyalgia, I still have pain. I did get into the chiropractor that we talked about in Lynchburg.
Yeah.
And I'm going to her. I'm down to going to her twice a month now. And she's helped a lot. So that, and so I think she's helped a lot too.
Give me some percentages, just for my knowledge on the peripheral neuropathy. It's clearly not 100% better, because otherwise you wouldn't have any problems at all. But what percent better would you say you are, considering where you started, how you were feeling, and where you are now? What percent better would you say?
I don't know if I'll push 50, but close to it.
Well, for a condition that is apparently impossible, there's nothing you can do for it. Congratulations, that's pretty awesome. You've really moved the needle in a very short period of time. So that's fabulous. And tell me about the fibromyalgia. What percent improvement would you say you're feeling there?
I don't know if that's as much. I have pain in my shoulder. I don't know if I told you I was in a car wreck, and my left shoulder, when they thought might have been broken, but it wasn't. I don't have as much pain as that one as I do the right one now. And she's been adjusting me, hoping that it was going to get better.
Good.
That's been better, but it isn't gone by any means. Okay. So the pain in my right shoulder, lower arm, upper arm, still bothers me. So for the fibromyalgia, if that's what that is, maybe 25, 30% better. It is better.
If we consider Paula, consider throw in the right shoulder, the left shoulder, some better, some not better. If you were just to come with an aggregate of all of it combined, you'd say about 25% better.
Probably so. Maybe a little more. I'll tell you, I have felt so much better. I've had people stop being sick. You look better. I know you feel better because I can just tell it. So that's amazing to me.
That's amazing.